What's weird about it is that you saw it and your friend saw it.
Yes.
So that's like a co-signer.
Happy Halloween.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Jim from Inappropriate, sitting here with my co-host,
Steve. Happy Halloween.
This is going to be the spookiest episode. We actually, you know what, Steve? I don't know if we can get more spooky than last week.
Yeah, that is true. So
all death, all the time. We're the fucking heavy metal
we
podcast.
should have saved the death episode.
I know, right? We should have swapped them.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
We have, I feel like I say this every 8 or 9 episodes, but it's good that we have had like an influx of new listeners. And I'm not sure where they're coming from. So for our new listeners, thank you. We don't see you. Yeah. But we know that you're there. Like, we see you in a number.
We see you as the number.
I don't know if our new listeners actually go back and listen to the evolution of our podcast as to maybe why are we here doing what we do.
We started with 3 of us.
We started out of the pandemic. We genuinely did miss hanging out with each other.
Yes.
So once the pandemic kind of started lightening up, we were like, hey, let's go get a beer. Let's go out to dinner.
Yeah.
And we were always like, yeah, let's do that. And then something would happen. Somebody's wife wouldn't let them go. Somebody kids had sports, somebody whatever. So we never actually hung out.
Yeah.
And because this pandemic was still going on, we were missing our bros.
Yeah, exactly.
So then I don't know if it was me, if it was you, it was just one of us.
I always remember you and I had a conversation on the phone.
Yes.
And it was like you and I talked for like 45 minutes.
That's true. One of our longer conversations on the phone.
Yeah.
And so
it's basically this podcast.
Yeah. We said, hey, let's start a podcast instead of going out into the bar. And somehow all the wives were very cool. Like, yeah, okay. So instead of going to the bar, going out to dinner, we would just drink at my house. And we're like, okay, so this works.
Yeah.
And we started the podcast. And when we started the podcast, had nothing to do with listeners, had nothing to do with the show. It was just like, come over and hang out, and we'll just say and talk about the same bullshit we would talk about if we went out to eat or at the bar.
Exactly.
Except we're just sitting
in front of a microphone.
Yeah. And that was the entire goal, and somehow it worked. And I remember, I guess when we were done the first one, and it was like, okay, well, now what the fuck do we do? Okay, we upload it, but then it was really weird because we didn't think about, or at least I didn't think about people listening.
Yeah.
It's certainly not anyone giving a shit about what the hell we have to say.
I know.
And when we put the first one out, of course, like all like the friends and family who were just curious to be like, oh, what are these, assholes doing?
Yeah.
And wanted to see what a shit show it was. And the first episode was a shit show. It was a good shit show, but it was a shit show.
It definitely was.
And then the numbers dropped for the second episode because less people that we knew were like,
this is fucking stupid.
And like the third episode, it was even less.
Yeah.
So like we went downhill really fast. But
most podcasts end after, what is it?
12
episodes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, because it was like our 4th episode. And the goal wasn't for listeners, but then once you got some listeners, or, once we got some listeners on the first one, then it was like, oh, cool, people listen. And it was like sort of a responsibility in a way. And then after, I remember specifically, it was maybe around our 7th or 8th episode. And we had kind of reached our audience, and then we were slowly building back up, like finding people outside of the circle. Mm-hmm. And I remember getting a message on Twitter that just said, just discovered you guys. I listen to you every week. Keep it up. And that person was from Canada and didn't know any of us. Yeah. There was no circles. There was no connections to that person. It was just a random person that somehow found us through the fucking internet or something. And it was like, that's crazy motivation. Yeah. So like people from another country is like listening, looking forward to our show. So then we've kind of just started building it back up from there.
Yeah, and then now we're in like so many different countries.
I think we're close to like almost 40 countries we've been listening to.
It's kind of awesome.
Let me pull our country list up because I don't know the last time that we've said.
We haven't done it in a while.
In a long time.
I haven't practiced konnichiwa. God, it's gonna be so many.
I'm just gonna read it like speed reader.
All right.
Like, so if you were listening to one of these countries, God,
thank you.
Your entertainment must be so low in that country that you're listening to Inappropriate with Jim and Steve. All right, so here we go. Are you ready for this list?
Aside from the United States,
Canada, Germany, France, Ukraine, Portugal, United Kingdom, Brazil, Australia, India, Italy, Austria, Belgium, Bangladesh, Singapore, Israel, Mexico, Spain, Chile, Switzerland, Netherlands, Puerto Rico, Turks and Caicos, Ireland, Japan, Denmark, Aruba, Sweden, Trinidad and Tobago, Indonesia, Argentina, Colombia, Romania, Dominican Republic, New Zealand, Guadeloupe, the Guadeloupe or Guadeloupe, Guadeloupe, Malaysia, Poland, Greece, South Africa, and Czech Republic.
Pretty silly.
So,
I mean, it's so ridiculous. So many countries.
So thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
So that's
even if
that's
you're the one person in that country to listen to, thank you.
And Steve and I have known each other for 20 some years.
Yeah.
So that's it. You're all caught up. Tell them why they should stick around for the rest of this episode, Steve. What do we got?
Well, this is the spookiest episode you'll ever hear in your entire life because it is Halloween and we are going to talk about ghost stories.
Steve and I just discovered that we each have a true ghost story.
Yes.
A personalized ghost story that has happened to us.
We also got to do a brag.
So let's get into this brag.
All right. One of our listeners, Tyler, who this week played golf for the second time in his life and didn't play bad.
There you go. Is Tyler the one that used your clubs?
Yes, he did use my clubs.
How did that work out? Because I was thinking about, I don't know if I could share my clubs because it would throw my game off.
You know how you hate golf so much?
18 holes in a row, I hate golf.
Yeah, and then you hit that one shot and you're like this. Oh, you know what? Golf's not that bad.
I might be able to just do this every time.
I saw that moment.
And or you hit it clean, you're like, man.
He hit it clean. He hit it in the fairway. And I was just like, oh. I was like, that was really good. And then you could see his like fucking face brighten up. And then I was just like, all right. There we go. And then now he's hooked. Now he's looking at like golf clubs and things like that.
And that's how golf gets you.
I know.
You can lose 30 balls and you hit that one so clean in the hands, like right off the club. All right, well, good job, Tyler. I think maybe we'll see you out on the, what do they call it? The course.
The links. Whatever it is. If Joe was here, he would know.
He would know. Joe, chime in. Tweet us, Joe. Turn down the lights.
Yes. It's time to get spooky.
Spooky.
happy Halloween.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right.
I want to say it's the dark, stormy night, but my ghost story.
Intern, play the thunder and lightning.
Yeah. I was dating some girl.
How old were you?
17, 18.
Old enough to know better.
Yeah, yeah. In Harford County, there's like a covered bridge where people say it's haunted. You're going to see people hanged.
In Harford County?
It's in Harford County, yeah.
Huh.
It was October, you know, you get the feels for Halloween. So you're just like, all right, let's go do this. It was something to do. We go to this covered bridge. We park and she is butt scared.
Nice.
And I was just like, well, let's go to the covered bridge. And she's like, no, I'm not going. I was like, well, I'm going to fucking go to the
like
covered
you drove
bridge.
all the way up
Yeah,
here.
we drove all the way up here. So we might as well, I was like, if you're not going to go, I'm just going to go by myself. And she's like, all right, just go by yourself. And I was just like, all right, whatever.
Oh,
and
that sucks.
It was her idea,
Right.
which I thought was
Got all the way there.
Yeah, like we could have did anything. Especially at 16, I'd be like, let's get some.
You were
Blue
only
Chew.
going there to get laid.
Yeah, I was like, let's get some Blue Chew. You know,
I was Blue Chew around there.
so I go through it. And I don't see fucking shit. I was like, this is fucking bullshit. I start walking back up to my car, and I was like, oh, this is a fucking waste of time. And then I see this fucking old man legit walks right past my car, and he rubs his hand on the back of my car. The guy walks back into like the cornfield. So I walk up to the car, and I was just like, did that guy scare you? And she's like, what guy? And I was like, the guy that fucking just came out of the woods and fucking rubbed up against the car. And she's like, there's no one that came up to the car. And I was like, what? And she was like, I was on high alert.
Holy shit.
And I was like, bullshit. I was like, there's the guy that walked right out there into the woods. He looked right at me when he was walking by. And she's like, nope, no one came by.
And he wasn't glowing. He looked like a,
no,
you couldn't see through the motherfucker.
He just looked like a fucking normal guy. He walked by, rubbed the car. And I thought that was kind of weird. You know, like, why would a fucking guy just
you walk out of a cornfield and just rub your nuts on the car?
How many cars have you rubbed walking past in your life? 0. But yeah, he walked by, like, put his hand on the trunk and walked back into the woods. And she fucking never saw him.
You're scared in reverse.
Yeah.
You know what I
mean? Aftermath.
Right.
Yeah. So
that will fuck with you.
Then she thinks I'm fucking crazy. Because
or thinks you're fucking with her.
Yeah, and then I fucking chirp my tires on the way. I'm like, let's get out of here. I'm in fucking 97 Pontiac Le Mans.
The fucking Le Mans.
I had a fucking Le Mans. I've been ghost raped. But that is one of the things where I have no logical explanation for it. Like, I know I saw what I saw.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it wasn't like I was drunk.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
No one will believe you. Like, it's not like she didn't see it as well.
So she probably thinks I'm fucking making it up.
Right. My grandmother used to babysit us. Her next door neighbor would also kind of babysit us. Her next door neighbor had 2 kids, a couple years older than me, but we still kind of hung out because their moms babysat us. Anyway, their house was haunted. And
did they say that?
Yes, the mom. The mom would always say, because they had a younger son under 3. I don't know at the time. I think I was probably like
maybe he was floating in the fucking air.
I was probably between like 6 and 8. The mom, I overheard her talking. She was saying how the house has been haunted for years and it's messing with the baby. She kept talking about how they had baby gates up and it would push the baby gate down and open. And she could visibly...
Oh, shit. They're trying to kill that baby.
And could visibly see the baby being pushed across the kitchen floor.
Really?
Yeah. And it scared the shit out of me. For one, an adult talking to another adult. It wasn't like kids versus kids.
Yeah.
She said that the ghost is moving her son's hand to a hot stove.
That's a fucked up ghost.
Right. So that sets the stage. I never forgot that.
Uh-huh.
And I still had to go over there like several times a week.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
And talking to,
were you scared when you go over there?
I was never fully comfortable after that.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, like during the day and like everything's going on, you don't think about it, you know, and I'm playing inside and outside and all. But even the kids, like the guy's name was Derek, and I think he had an older sister named Donna. They would say it kind of casually that the house was haunted. Do you know what I mean? Like, it was just like one of those things. Oh yeah, the house is haunted.
Yeah.
You know, one day we were playing upstairs in the bedroom, and they had this bookshelf that was like attached to the wall. Like, it wasn't a bookshelf on the floor. But next to the books, it had one of those. It had like a homemade clown, like almost like a Raggedy Ann, an Andy doll.
Oh yeah.
Maybe a foot tall.
Yeah.
The legs were hanging over the bookshelf.
Uh-huh. Why do all houses that have like scary stories have fucking weird things like that? A fucking doll hanging over it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think
Does
lot of people...
your house have a fucking doll?
No, I don't have anything hanging up anywhere. Like,
my house doesn't. So
we were playing, and they had one of those. Do you remember? They were really big back in the day. They were tents that you put on top of your bed.
Yes.
Yeah, like everybody had one. They must have been like a craze at one point.
Yeah.
So he had one of those tents that was like a kind of attached to the bed. Had like you could zip it in and all. And we got out. We were playing, kind of just running back. I don't even know what the hell we were doing. And he looks out and goes, "Oh no!" And I look up, and the fucking clown's yarn hair is standing straight out.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and I ain't even shitting you. It was standing straight out, but nothing else was wrong. We jump in the tent. We don't leave the room, and now we are petrified, and we're because we didn't know what the hell was going on outside the tent. And his door was only
you're in his tent. You're fucking
right.
good.
The door was only probably 5 feet away, and we were like, "You go, no, you go, you know." Go. And I remember he just darted, and I'm stuck in the room because I was kind of, I was afraid to, because he didn't wait. He didn't go in the hallway and like give me. I just heard him go boom, and I heard him go down the steps like, and I was like, oh no, and I like kept like putting my hand out to see if it like gonna chop it off, and then I like did this barrel roll out
to fake it out,
and I just ran down and outside. I don't know if I ever went back in that house after that.
So the hair was like the doll, like nothing else was with
Nothing
the doll.
moved.
It was just
and like the red strands of the hair were just kind of down, like normally, like just kind of like it would hang down.
Yeah.
And then he looked, and then I looked, and it was standing straight out, like almost like if you put your like electricity, you know, when those balls that your hair starts standing up, look just like that.
Dude, that's about scary.
And that's the only thing that happened. Nothing else happened. But I tell you what, I saw that motherfucking hair stand up.
Now, with all that said, like seeing that thing, do you believe in ghosts?
Ah, dude, take that one event out, and I would say no.
I know. That's how I always feel. Like
nothing before and nothing since.
Like
actually, no. Fuck. 3 weeks ago, dude. 3 fucking weeks ago. Oh my! I put this out of my memory so fast. I'm sitting on my couch. In the morning, I'm the only one. Nicole's awake upstairs. I'm the only one downstairs. I have one of those. Do you have them here where you hang your bananas? You know, you hang on the fruit. It has like fruit basket and a little thing that hangs up. You hang your bananas.
Have one.
I'm sitting there drinking my coffee, and my banana rack, for lack of a better word, is like maybe like a 33 degree away. Like I'm looking at the TV, and it's like in my peripheral.
Yeah. Well, so if you're looking, so how your house is laid out. So you're on the couch.
I'm on the couch.
So it's the counter, like where like the trash can is.
Yes, it's right there next to my coffee maker.
Okay, so I'm trying to like picture how it is, because it's definitely in another room.
I mean, it's 15 feet,
but you
20
can
feet.
Easily see it.
It's
you can
direct view. There's nothing preventing. Like it's a direct eye shot. And I'm like, I guess on my phone, drinking my coffee, whatever, and something catches my eye. I look over, and I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. The fucking bananas were shaking back and forth.
Like wind.
Not more than wind.
Oh.
Like they violently shaking back and forth.
Really?
Dude, I'm telling you, I don't know. And I was like, hey, because I thought one of my kids came in and like knocked the bananas.
Yeah.
Because it's a metal thing, and I heard it go ding. Like I heard the metal rock back and forth. Like it rocked off its base.
It wasn't your dog?
No, nothing. Nothing was around it.
Like it's too high for your dog, but I'm just like, yeah.
Dude, Nicole comes downstairs, and I'm like, what is ghost? I'm like, the fucking bananas just moved. Which sounds absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And she was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, the fucking bananas moved. I'm trying to pull up the camera. The camera can't see it because the coffee pot's in the fucking way.
Fucking ghosts are smart, man.
And I'm like fucking freaked out. Like, and still to this day, nobody believes me. And it shook violently. It rocked. The bananas were swinging. Swinging.
It's like a banana hammock.
like if the bananas were doing jumping jacks.
Real God.
And I like she went in the kitchen. I got up, went in the kitchen, and there's just nothing around. There's nothing wrong. The banana
there's not because how your house is laid out. There's nothing that could have.
There's nothing around them.
Yeah, there's nothing
they're
around
by themselves on the counter.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man. It was the most freak.
Your house is an older house. Not that old.
It's 80, 89. I've renovated some houses that I feel like there's never any proof. But you get that feeling.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I renovate a house, I'm there by myself late.
Yeah.
And there's been times where I'm like, there's something extra, but there's nothing wrong.
Yeah, but you just have this weird feeling.
Yeah, you get that weird feeling. I don't get that at my house.
Is it the weird feeling? Is it just because you're alone and it's like,
and it's not your house, and it's not a neighborhood I live in.
Yeah.
So and that's why I always chalk it up to. But I tell you what, I got every fucking light in that house on. I got the music going. I got all the fucking lights on.
So that happened how long ago with the bananas?
Like 2-3 weeks ago.
So like since then, do you constantly look at the bananas?
I'm like fucking want them to move. Like move the fucking
Did you move
banana.
the camera so you can see it?
No, like the cameras are kind of fixed or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like was it a ghost? I doubt it, but what the fuck? I don't know what moved the bananas.
Yeah. It's kind of a weird thing because it's like you experience those things, but I don't like
you logic it away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't believe in ghosts.
Like the clown thing. I'm like, I always go. I'm like, I was 7.
Yeah.
I don't know what I saw.
Yeah. Maybe it didn't.
But I tell you what, I know what I saw. But I'm like, if my daughter came to me and said the clown hair stood up, I'd be like, bitch. You'd be lying.
But what's weird about it is that you saw it and your friend saw it.
Yes.
So that's like a cosigner because it's like me walking up and seeing that man walk out of the woods. I swear to God, I saw that fucking guy. But I don't have
my
anyone
friend's
else
last
to
name.
co-sign it.
My friend's. I haven't talked to him in 40 fucking years.
He lives in Turks and Caicos and listens to us every week.
Derek Betro was his name. Derek Betro. If anybody from the local
Derek,
crew,
if you're listening,
get a hold of me. Corroborate my story. I know it was early 80s.
Yeah.
But if you're listening to this, or one of the people that listen to this knows Derek, fucking get a hold of me. I would love to hear your version and any other shit that went on in that house. Internet, do your thing. Do your thing, internet.
Make you internet famous. Watch it with some. He's like, I ran out because you were fucking jerking off.
Like, oh, son of that was what happened.
You were trying to touch dicks.
Clown was just trying to get away.
Yeah, I know. What would be the crowning moment to where you would be like, yep, fucking ghosts are real?
I would have to actually see one.
Now,
pictures don't do it. Videos won't do it.
What happened? Same scenario. You're in your 40s and you see the doll hair stand. I mean, you saw Banana swing and you fucking flipped the
I saw
flipped the fuck
swing.
out. So, do you worry now sitting there at your house?
No,
that your house is haunted?
I still wasn't like I freaked out, more freaked out because like, how did that fucking happen?
Yeah,
Not like danger or scared. I still walk downstairs in my fucking underwear, pitch black. Go to get a midnight snack, not giving a shit.
Ghost jerking you off.
Like I hope motherfucker
came down and nutted.
Sees me coming and pours me a fucking glass of milk, gets my cookies out, man. I don't get that vibe from. I don't know what the fuck it was. I don't know what it was.
Like I want to say, like I was thinking while I asked the question, I was like, if I got pushed by a ghost, like if we were sitting here, like we're in my house right now, and all my cabinets opened up, like
yes.
Paranormal
like
Activity 3.
If that happened, or if I saw fucking something floating,
yeah.
Like, yes, I'd have to witness that.
Things that can't happen normally. I think that's.
But then it's like, where do you go? Because bananas don't swing. I mean, bananas don't swing. And
God, that's such a fucking t-shirt idea.
bananas don't swing, baby. Oh,
But yeah, I always think about.
but how
like,
far does that have to go, right?
Yeah.
Because bananas don't swing, but cabinets don't swing either. But I would believe I would believe more if I saw that cabinet fucking like if multiple cabinet doors swung open.
Yeah.
Instantly, right? So like obviously at that point, there's two of us here. We see multiple cabinet doors open up. We're like,
Yeah.
I ain't never coming back to my fucking house. Oh, by the way, we're recording at Steve's because our studio isn't quite done, so we wouldn't be coming back to Steve's house.
I always wonder, like, what would it take for me? And I always go to like movies and Paranormal Activity 3. I don't know what it is. Like, that's the one where it's like some young girl in her house or whatever, and then all the cabinets open up. It fucking freaked the shit out of me. It's so stupid, but it was just one of those moments that like it got me, and I was just like, so fucking scared.
Those type things are actual horror.
Yeah,
You know, like the boogeyman chasing you and shit. Like, you know, that's movie
toe
stuff.
monster.
The toe monster. But things you can't see that is doing shit around you, because then you're like, I'm no match.
Yeah,
Like they're just fucking with me. You know, like a tiger playing with a wounded gazelle.
yeah. So you're in a room and a ghost is like fucking ghost pushing you and like fucking with you.
I hate being ghost pushed.
So it's just fucking. What do? Like, you can't leave the room. Like, let's just say you can't leave the room. Do you just start throwing fucking punches? Like,
I feel like, I mean, yes, I would. Although I as ridiculous as that sounds,
I think I would too. Like, you're
You
just
gotta do something.
flailing at something. Like, I'm kicking in the air. It looked like I'm in a fucking mosh pit for
Right.
Ivy.
right? Yep. That's all you could do.
I know. It's fucking. Oh, but yeah, it's but fucking scary.
I would love to hear some listeners' fucking ghost stories. Because
Yes.
if me and you sat down and was like, oh shit, we got real life ghost stories,
I know. We legit thought about it like 5 minutes before we
and I
recorded.
forgot about the damn banana,
Yeah.
the swinging bananas.
That just happened.
And that's just I should be telling everybody that.
I
But
know.
you sound like a fucking crazed person.
Yeah.
If
yeah.
I just told anybody about the fucking banana, I just told everybody actually, but my wife didn't even believe me.
No, she just came to say,
Right, and she's married to me.
she's like,
And she saw the genuine look on my face about the fucking bananas were swinging, babe.
she's like, stop watching porn.
She's like, Jesus Christ, leave me alone.
No.
Give me some
Are you
coffee.
sure it's not a fucking penis you were thinking of?
Right. She was like, what? Swinging how?
God, if I could get in touch with the girl that I was dating at the time, I would like to ask her if she saw that fucking guy. Like, now it's like, 30 years later
Right,
or
right.
whatever
Yeah,
it
no,
is. Like, if she still, because I remember it. And it's like, I don't talk to her anymore. So I wonder if she actually like thinks about like when people are like, name a ghost story and be like, some guy
Some
I fucking went out,
ex-boyfriends that he is.
some guy I went out on a date with. Fucking saw a ghost. She's like, why were you fucking ghost hunting?
He was so freaked out he couldn't get it up later. We never
Yeah.
talked after that. All right, kids. Well, that was our spookiest Halloween.
Yeah. Guess what? Reese's peanut butter cups are the #1 Halloween candy if you need to fucking worry about it.
Yeah, and then
You need to look at a fucking list from fucking. That's what it is.
spoiler alert.
Yeah, I know. I
Number
know.
1 seed.
I know. If you like candy corn,
Oh.
you're a piece of shit.
So follow us on the socials. Please let us know if you got a better ghost story.
We'll do a follow up.
Reach out to us on the socials. Follow us at Inappropriate Jim and Steve on Facebook and Instagram. For all of you that have actually shared the podcast, you're the real ones.
Yep. You're not the fucking Annabelle doll with the hair up. So. You're the fighter.
For this week, I'm Jim,
I'm Steve.
and we will see you later.
Happy Halloween.